now we're going to be going over the fear of loss. And this one's extremely important because you can always tap into this one. It's the first of the 6 impulse factors, and it's pretty simply explained. What is the fear of loss? It's creating a sense of urgency by emphasizing what the customer may be missing out on, right? And so why do we do this? Because people tend to value potential losses rather than gains. So let me give you an example, actually. If I were to give you or offer you your favorite food and you're hungry, whatever, if I were to give you your favorite food, obviously it's going to make you feel pretty good, right? But if I were to offer you your favorite food, change my mind, and then offer it to your enemy, or in business terms, your competition, you're going to want it that much more, because now instead of, yeah, okay, I'm so happy he offered me the food, he gave me my favorite food, it turns from that into, not only did he offer me the food first, but then he gave it to my competition, he gave it to my enemy, and it's going to make you want it that much more, because you'd rather have it for yourself than see somebody else with it, right? And again, all these impulse factors are extremely psychological, and they just trigger people to make decisions, okay? And so how are we going to utilize the fear of loss? Verbally and physically. Remember, everything, all impulse factors are utilized verbally and physically. So when it comes to the fear of loss, it's going to be more verbal, but a awesome tactic that a lot of salespeople do use is something we call turn and burn. And essentially, here, I'll grab my iPad for an example. Say you're closing somebody, you're signing them up for your product or service, and you really want to see how committed, how impulsive they are. And so maybe you're explaining something. As soon as you're done explaining, you turn and you literally just go the other direction. And how this is going to help you is because it's going to actually let you know whether that person is a red light, a yellow light, a green light. It's going to get you to your no or your yes that much faster, because obviously if they follow you to wherever you take them next, they're impulsive and they're sellable. And at the very least, they're a yellow, probably a green. But if they don't follow you, then you just let them go, because you don't want to spend too much time on people that are extremely hard to convince. Again, we're great salespeople. This community is amazing, but at the end of the day, do you want to get to those goals faster or slower? Obviously faster. And so we're going to spend the most time with green lights. Remember, 80% of our time, but even more so, we're going to spend the most of our time with the most positive, impulsive people. And again, with the turn and burn, it's just a lot easier to tell that. So now going over verbal cues that you can utilize. Only today, not for everyone. So maybe you have a discount or a deal that you're offering for your product or service, and it's only for today. Oh, and let me put an example here. We have your favorite food and blah, 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 right? And then your target customer or client responds by saying, well, I'll think about it. Maybe I'll come back tomorrow. And that's when you hit them with, it's only today. We're actually providing this discount. Plus, we're going to give all these extra valuable whatever. But the point is, you want to create that sense of now. It's only today. Oh, and if they respond, well, I guess I'm just not going to be able to do it today. No worries. It's not for everyone. And I can't tell you how many sales I made just because I created that sense or that fear of loss, where people would rather just feel included and rather just feel like they're not missing out than just letting it go by. It's all about the opportunity. You want to drive that impulse through the roof by creating that opportunity that may never come again. That is how you use the fear of loss. And remember, it's creating that sense of urgency with FOMO, or fear of missing out. We utilize this because people tend to value what they have to lose rather than they tend to value the fear of what they have to lose over the good feeling of what they can gain in situations. And remember, physically, how we utilize it can be with tactics like the turn and burn. And verbally, you want to use things like only today. You want to use things like not for everybody, because this is what's going to essentially make people understand that this opportunity is limited. Fear of loss, guys. Let's get it.